There we are. We're live. The button's on. At least I think it is. We've got the wheel as well, but let's just wait till that thing. There we are. Looks like we're nearly there.
There we are.
Brilliant. So we're a little bit early as usual, but that's just to give everybody a chance to get on. So for those that haven't met me, my name's Naomi Gibson. I'm a physiotherapist with the Dorset Pain Team, and I'm joined by the lovely Jules.
Hello, I'm Juliet, and I'm the admin for the pain service,
and also our willing volunteer for today. So we're going to do a slightly different workout today. We've got weights today, so there'll be an element of strength building. But weights are also important for cardio and for fatigue as well. They help us build resilience. Good morning, Sandra. Good to see you. And we're going to talk a bit later on about the resources that are available on the internet for us, as today is our penultimate, second to last exercise class today in this format. We are looking at other formats, as I said, but there's nothing definite just yet. So, and I was wondering how you all were after last week, those of you who joined us. I have a slightly sore right knee. Don't think it's anything to do with last week. I think it's to do with gardening. But were you all right after last week?
I was perfectly fine.
Brilliant.
Yes, but I understand what you mean about gardening.
Yes.
The kneeling down thing.
Yeah.
It's quite strenuous.
Well, I find those kneelers very good. You know, with the push-up things that you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and there's usually a gadget for every job. Our lovely occupational therapists are very good at going through that, but yes, if there's something that's difficult. So today we'll have the usual format, a little bit of discussion about an interesting topic, and then a warm-up session. Then we'll do 15 minutes of exercise. Today I'm going to be standing up, Jules is going to be sitting in the chair. Then we will do Tai Chi for 6 or 7 minutes as a form of warm down. And also enjoying the relaxation benefits that Tai Chi gives us. So let me just get my crib sheet up.
Well, we're back to the technology.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
You wouldn't know that it was us if we weren't fiddling with the technology, would you? So,
A little bit more fiddling.
nearly there.
And she'll be there.
There we are. Right. From the beginning.
Oh, and it's not playing ball today.
That's fine. No, it is.
Now
It is. We're there. So, what we wanted to talk about today in terms of our information was, those of you that are really enjoying this as a format, what else is there available out there? The internet is a big place, and obviously you're going to need to apply a bit of logic and a little bit of common sense in terms of what you look at, finding what's right for you. So I've got some ideas on my crib sheet, and I thought we'd go through them. So the first thing to say is that there's quite a lot out there provided by the NHS. Now, the advantage of that is that it's been quality controlled, and that's important, I think. The obvious one to think about is the Reconnect to Life. Now, we use that quite a lot. It's Reconnect, 2 with a 2, Life. This is a website put on by Torbay and South Devon Trust, and it's really good. They've got lots. Oh, I have no sound. Do the rest of you have sound? I can turn it up a bit. Okay, I'll carry on, but let me know if the rest of you don't have sound.
Because we can be very loud at any point.
Yes, that's true. So this Torbay and South Devon Trust, they have a very good website with lots and lots and lots of different classes, lots of different forms of exercise, including Tai Chi and yoga. So highly recommend that. We use it a lot.
And it's a very trusted site, isn't it?
It is, exactly. So yeah. And the other current NHS site is something called We Are Undefeatable. You might have seen the adverts on telly. And they've got people with lots and lots of different conditions. So I think the advert I saw the other day was a chap who had had a heart bypass and major surgery. One of the things I like about that those classes is that all of the instructors have a condition of some kind. So I think they're coming at it from a very knowledgeable perspective, and all of the classes are at different levels. So highly recommend that. We are undefeatable.
So you could choose what level you're
Yeah,
at.
absolutely, yeah. And you could. The other thing about them, I think, is that you can watch them through and go, yeah, I can do that, or no, that's a bit too easy, or that's a bit too hard, or don't fancy that.
Yeah.
So always recommend that, watching something through the first time. And we know that watching something through and imagining you're doing it takes 30% of the brain power that doing it does.
Yeah.
Obviously, not much of the muscle power. Another way to approach it is if you have, oh, here we are, there's a swishing noise. Oh, okay. Yes, I can hear a bit of a swishing noise there.
The vent is on my computer.
Ah, okay. Can we do anything about that?
No, the fan is just on.
No. Okay. Right. Okay. We'll speak up. Is if you have a particular condition, such as arthritis, there are charities and websites that are particular to that. So Arthritis Action, for example, are a really good arthritis charity, and they do exercise classes there on that. There's a charity called the MS Trust for people with multiple sclerosis, and they have Mr. Motivator. If you watch that, do you remember him from the 80s?
And it's really quite good.
He is quite good, isn't he? So again, going through that, you can do that. The other people to direct you through is the Chartered Society of Physiotherapy. You can, again, Google any of these things, and they've got classes called Stay Active at Home, and a number of classes on there. So, what I think we might do is the swishing noise I think might be to do with the fact Juliet's computer. So next week we might use my computer for this. So yeah, all of these, there's a variety of workouts, there are lots of different levels, there are lots of different lengths of time. So yeah, find one, pick one. The caution is you need to find what's right for you. You need to use your common sense and find out exactly what's right for you. And
Yeah,
that's the
so
thing, isn't it?
you could start one, and then you could think, well, this is too difficult.
Yeah,
And then you could stop that one and go to the easier one. There are different levels.
exactly. Exactly. And the other thing is you've got to find the exercise that's right for you. So, I mean, I love anything that's sort of slightly dance-based, and I know I like Latin American music, so I'm always going to look for something along that lines. I wouldn't be trying to do street dance because I don't enjoy it. And as Anne always says, the right exercise is the one that's done, and the one that's done is the one that's fun. So, right, so give us a moment. We're just going to set the room up, and then we'll start with a 5-minute warm-up. You see our feet, glasses off. Right, here we are, guys. We're going without music today because I don't want, if we've got this switching noise as well, we don't need that as well. So, we're going to warm up without weights. Later on, as you can see, Juliet's got some weights by her feet. I've got some tins of tomatoes. Both is equally good. So I want you to start just by marching on the spot. Now, engage your core when you do this. Nice and tall. You're working on all the muscles in the body. And think about pumping your arms a little bit as well. Now, the usual housekeeping applies. Look around you, make sure you're not going to fall over anything, not trip over the cat. There's no water on the floor. Think about how you're feeling today. Do it at your pace and move your limbs the amount that's comfortable for you. Not for me, not for Juliet, what works for you. Lovely. Now we're going to do some heel digs. So that's it. Get those hamstrings warmed up. That's lovely. Now if you're standing up, there's an element of balance to this as well.
And if you're sitting down, there's an element of coordination.
Oh yes, there's going to be lots of coordination tonight, I hate to tell you.
Okay.
It's never easy. But that's great because that's the brain learning when you're doing that. Right, bring in some toe taps. That's it. And out to the side. You keep your arms moving while you're doing this as well. And as I said, try not to, what my mother would call, slop about. Try and keep your middle nice and steady while you're doing this. Lovely. Now a bottom kick, I'm going to hold on while I do this. Now some feedback that Juliet gave me last week, which was useful, particularly in the Tai Chi, was she said turn sideways more. So they can really see what you're doing. So I will make an effort to move into different positions, but I will turn my head because you need to be able to hear me. Yes, it's a hard one to do in a chair, that isn't
That
it?
is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not really.
No. Lovely. Good. Now take a breath in. Sigh it out. Deep breath in. And sigh it out. Brilliant. Right. Okay. Now, we're going to start with some standing up and sitting down. So I'm going to squat and you're going to stand up and sit down. You've got something to lean on if you need to. So think about, now remember I mentioned I had a slightly sore knee, so I'm only going down so far. You look at me from the side, I'm sticking my bottom out and down. And Juliet's controlling it as she goes down. This is a brilliant exercise for being able to get out of the chair without going poof. Lovely. It's really good, people. Just do as many as you can. If you need a breather, stop. If it's too difficult getting up and down from the chair, just squeeze your glutes, your bottom muscles. The bit that makes your bottom round, basically, your gluteal muscles. Lovely. Now, we're going to do, this time I'd like you to grab any weights that you've got handy. I'm going to use these tins of tomatoes. Juliet's got the real McCoy. Now, we're going to do a bit of coordination here. I've got a list. We're doing some heel touches and arm rows. So, the arm row movement is this, like you're rowing, and the heel touch movement is just digging. So, both arms, dig, foot forward, that's it. So, when you're doing this at the same time, arms and legs, this is involving some trunk strength. Using your triceps to do this, that's it. Doesn't really matter if you don't get the coordination exactly right.
I'm just all over the place here.
Doesn't really matter. You're still getting out of breath and hot and sweaty. That's what we need. You might find that halfway through this, because we're doing a bit of arm work, that you need to put the weights down. I wouldn't be surprised because I've got much lighter weights than you. So, and and the same with you guys out there. If you're using something and it starts to feel a bit heavy and burny, then stop. Lovely. Now, the next move we're going to do is knee up and opposite arms. So this is going to sound a bit... So what you're going to do is knee up and opposite arms like this. So this is coordination. So start just by lifting alternate knees up like you're marching. That's it.
No,
Doesn't matter. Just march with your knees. That's it. And just wave your arms about, up and down. If you're standing up, this is a really good balance exercise. If you're whatever you're doing, you're using your arms, you're using your back muscles to do this, and your hip flexors. That's it. And you're using lots of brain power to think, what do I do next? That's the tricky bit.
Most definitely on the brain power.
That's the tricky bit. So it's fine if you're doing it with a weight, and it's fine if you're not. It's fine if you're doing it in the chair, and it's fine if you're doing it stood up.
Just to let you know, if you're doing it in the chair, sit forward. I found that that's a little easier.
It's a really good point. But also that makes your back work harder. Lovely. Right, have a breather for a moment. Oh, right, the next one we're going to do is a bicep curl. So this muscle, this exercise, with a kick. So, when you're standing up, you're doing that. If you're sitting down, you're kicking your legs out like you're doing the can-can, one at a time. Lovely. Now, if you can you actually lift your leg up from the, that's it. Yeah. So that's really good for the quads, the muscles at the front of the thigh.
Coordination with?
Doesn't matter. And also in this one, you're using your biceps. And again, those of us that are standing, this is a balance exercise as well. Those of you that are sitting, you're really strengthening your quads, which is an important muscle for supporting the knee. Lovely. Carry on. Okay, lovely. Stop there. Now we're going to do some arm work. Now, don't laugh at us because this is another coordination one. You're going to bring your hands in together like that. You're going to go out, up, down, in. Out, up, down, in. Perfect. Out, up, down. Are the arms burning there, Julie?
Not
You're
yet.
doing well. Out, up. This is really good for your upper back and your posture. Out.
I can actually feel it on my back.
Can you?
My upper back. It's
In a
like
good
really-
way or
In a nice way.
good? Well, that's not an area that we use a lot. So, or that we exercise a lot. So, up, down, in. I think I've got the easy one because I've got the tins of tomatoes.
This week.
You're going to make me suffer on the last week, are you? Fair enough, I'll make sure I build in no arm work at all. Up, down, in. Right, have a breather, let those arms, shake the arms out, shake the arms out.
Definitely shaking.
Deep breath in, deep breath out. Oh. Right, I'm going to put the weights down for a minute. Just give the arms a breather. Just a little bit of marching on the spot. So, just to let the blood come back in and get keep my heart going. If you can, it's quite good to keep moving in between each move.
Okay.
Right, okay, get those weights again, sorry. Now, we're going to do one where you lean forward slightly. Okay, so you're standing up, leaning forwards, that's it. And you're going to do what we call rowing. So just lift the arm up, that's it.
Oh, this is great for the bingo ring.
It is, exactly, yes. And that's it. Go at your speed. Really good. Now, get the arms dangle again. Okay, this time, bend them up and you're going to take them out behind you like that. So let's go one at a time. Yeah, it's good to put your arms on the chair though. And then the other one. So, one arm back. This is also good for your triceps. The other arm back.
Bingo wings. You need.
It's not what they call them at college.
Oh, really?
That's it. Just do what you can. All of this is you're building up your resilience, you're building up your power and your strength to make life easier. This makes picking up shopping easier. This makes painting at a higher level easier. This makes picking things up off the top shelf easier. Really good. Have a little breather, guys. Oh. Right. Let's try something different. I want some ankle circles. So stick your ankle forward. Now one more. Try 5 in one direction and then turn around and do 5 in the other. Nice flexible ankles, very important for balance, very important for getting round. There we go. I'm having, as you can see, I'm steadying myself because otherwise I concentrate so hard on trying not to fall over that I don't actually wiggle my ankles. You get stiff ankles? No. I do a little bit.
I do find that a couple of weeks ago in this class, you said when you're doing something, do an exercise as well. So every time I boil the kettle at home, I now hold on to the worktop and I go like that.
Ah, that'll strengthen up your ankles, yeah.
Only because you said it was fast.
Ah, well, there you go. You see, right. One more and then we're done. Okay, we're going to do flies. So this is something you might see the big lads doing down at the gym, but we're doing with very light weights. What you're going to do, you lean forward and you take your arms out to the side like this. So I'll show you here. Out, but like you're flying and in. Out. This is another lovely arm and back exercise. By leaning forward slightly, you're making your upper back work. Also, for you, in the chair, it's almost harder because you're having to try not to fall forward on your nose. I've got my legs stopping that happening. That's it. There we are. How high do we going to stop there? This one feels comfortable, really. So I'm just going to pop these down. And I'm going to have a sip of my water. And I'd like you to think about taking a deep breath in and sighing out any tension. Shake out your arms. You've done quite a lot of arm work today. Any way you feel tension, as you breathe in, direct your attention to it, and then as you breathe out, imagine that area softening. And we'll get ready for some Tai Chi.
That was a very nice workout.
You enjoyed that?
I enjoyed that one.
Well, notice how you feel. Notice how that feels, you know, where you feel warm.
Yeah.
And also, does your body need anything? I felt like I needed some water there. So if you need water, do that. If you need a pee, pause this and, you know, whatever. And we'll get ready for some Tai Chi. So, the same as usual, starting the sun posture. So you're starting, imagining that you're suspended from the ceiling, soft knees, soft gaze, shoulders back, feet about hip width apart, and your weight evenly spread, either whichever buttock it's on or on your feet. And we're going to inhale and bring our arms up, and exhale and bring them down. Flow gently up, arms floating ahead of you, whatever height feels good, and sink down through your legs or your bottom. Imagine you're leading from the wrists. As suggested, I'm going to come sideways. So, breathe in and out. As you can see, I'm just straightening up slightly on the way up and sinking softly on the way down. One more time. Last time. That's lovely. Now the next one, spring and autumn. So same again, the arms come up, but this time they go out. As you breathe in, close the arms back to the centre, gently bring them down. So the arms come up and out, and then in and down. Now really, as you're doing this, really concentrate on you. Really feel that mind-body connection. How does this feel in my body? Is it a gentle, lovely flow? If it is, that's what we're looking for. If it feels a bit difficult, then maybe just move to a smaller range. That's fine. Big or small. It's about you being aware of you and your breathing and your body. 2 more times. Last time. We've pumped the rainbow now, so this involves a transfer of weight. So if you've got one hand over your head and the other arm out to the side, you take your weight towards the hand that's over your head. And you're going to come across to the other side. Weight across. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And you start looking towards the hand that's outstretched. Follow the rainbow round with your eyes. And back to the middle. And I find after that I just need to shake my arms out a bit because, yeah, that's quite a lot of arm work, that one. Right, I'm going to separate the clouds now. So, bringing your arms ahead of you, up, palm up, pushing through the clouds. Imagine your fingers are coming down like rain, back to the front. So, hand turning them up, palm out, lovely. Now breathe in. And out. In. And out. And again, that gentle rise and fall. As you go up, you grow. As you come down, you melt down. The ones are fine as well. So whatever your body needs. Remember, all the clicks and crunches are nothing to worry about. It's just like taking the bottle off the bottle, the top of a bottle of pop. Our muscles do that. Oh, it's a nice one. Do a little bit of twisting now. So this is the one where you put one hand out and the other hand comes back and you're twisting a little bit. So push away and back. And I'll come sideways now so you can see. So away and back. And you can see that there's a bit of rotation going on here at my body as well. Just go with whatever feels comfortable. Breathe in one way and out the other. I'll come face on you. Blend the moves in one into the other if you can, so you don't feel like you're stopping, you're just gently moving. And breath. Okay, we're going to row the boat in the middle of the lake now. So as you breathe out, you put your hands down by your sides and sink, and then as you breathe up, bring your palms forward. It's a bit like butterfly. And I'll come sideways. And again, go with the range that feels nice for you and the speed that feels nice for you. I can't take my arms too far back these days. Particularly my left one. And that's fine. And it's normal to be asymmetrical as well. Most of us are not completely even. As you'll know if you've ever looked in one of those mirrors that reverses your image. And breathe out. Now we're going to balance the chi to close. So, get yourself nice and comfortable. Bring your arms palm up, bring them up, turn them towards you, and push them down. Up, breathe in, and down. Breathe out. A lady said to me last week that she imagined she was pouring warm water over herself when she did this.
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
In and out. Do it 3 more times. Last one. I always feel very relaxed when I've done that. We didn't mention when we were talking earlier actually that we use, there's a lady called Ross Smith on YouTube who does a lot of these videos.
The Tai Chi videos.
The Tai Chi ones, and they're brilliant. She does them standing up, sitting down in the middle of the countryside in her house. And we know that she's got a physiotherapy background, so it's a health professional doing them. But there are lots on there, and some explained in a more Eastern way, some explained more Western medicine way. So thank you very much for coming, and we will see you again next week. We'll swap around our computers so you don't get this hissing noise, and it'll be our last one. Yeah. So looking forward to seeing you next week. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.